Welcome to the Writer's Life, the place where we get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, and where to get the truth about the writer's life. And I need you to subscribe, smash the like button, and hit the bell for notifications. Talent. We're going to talk about talent a little bit. I have to say, I'm a little remiss sometimes when I say, like, you really need talent to do well in this business because talent's not really the accurate term for it. Because if anybody was an untalented writer when he was in his youth, it was me. It's more like you should be like predisposed to write. You should be drawn to it, like maybe a priest is drawn to the cloth, or a teacher just doesn't want to do it for the money. They just feel a real need to help children and educate them and stuff like that. So just to back up a little bit, like when I didn't do particularly well in English courses. I think I was like a C plus student in all my English courses, probably something like that. And then even when I got to college, even though I dabbled in a little creative writing on my own, I remember I took a course on Faulkner. It was like a really cool thing to do, right? And I was just way over my head. I was totally Joe Biden on this one. It was not to get political, but in way over my head. It was like, anyway, the course required you to write like a term paper, of course, right? A big paper at the end. And I think that was like your only grade, if I remember correctly. I don't know, because I don't remember doing anything else for it other than just being lost. And what was Faulkner's Yakna Patwafa County? That alone I couldn't spell, so I was fucked right there. Anyway, so like I wrote this term paper and it was just garbage, and like he probably couldn't even get through the first page, and it was, when he handed it back to me, the professor, it was just a big goose egg, and it said not college material. Of course it wasn't. It was a bunch of garbage, because I didn't know what I was doing. And I remember I didn't even know. Here I went to like a relatively prestigious college preparatory school. It was a military school at the time. It's not anymore. And I'm coming out of there. I don't know how to write a term paper. Like that was like on them, because anyway, I won't go there. So what I did was I had a friend of mine who went to a public high school, which probably was, a better idea. Anyway, he sat down with me and showed me precisely how you write a paper. How to give credits for quotes and like all that sort of stuff. Anyway, bibliography, the whole bit. And so the professor was good enough to me. He, I went begging to him for another chance, and he's like, yeah, you can write another one. And he's like, I'll average the grades or whatever. And he's like, let it be a lesson to you, kind of thing. So I did. I wrote another paper that actually was decent. It was typed well, and I had all my sources and my bibliography and all that sort of stuff. And I ended up, when he combined, there's not you can't go very high once you've already gotten an F. So but I think I did get a C on the paper, which means he gave me an A, and then he put it all together. So I ended up getting like a D plus in the course or something. I don't know what it was. It was pathetic. But anyway, the point being, that was a wake-up call for me, because I think even back in college, I was like, there's something about writing and writers that attract me, or else I wouldn't have taken the Faulkner course to begin with. And then when I got out, that's when I really started getting serious, when I got out of college, and I started reading a ton. And, went back and read a lot of the classics again. I was starting to read all of Hemingway's books and all that sort of stuff. And I taught myself. I would copy sometimes on a manual typewriter. I would copy certain passages, like from Hemingway's In Our Time, which I think is a terrific short story collection. If not, still, I think it still ranks as the best of the 20th century, but early 20th century anyway. And so I taught myself because I felt drawn towards it. And so as you put in the hours, as you put in the education, even if it's self-education, you begin to develop something, talent. And now at this point, 30 odd years later, I can sit down and write a short story, and without having anything in my head, I could just sit down and start writing one, and I can write a novel in a month or less. I can write a novella in 2 weeks tops, maybe less, maybe a week, and I make my living being a writer. So talent is overused, just like genius is overused. You can pretty much, if you set your sights on something, you can pretty much learn anything. Now, can I be a fighter pilot? No, I'm blind as a bat. And I'm also terrible with mechanics. That's a situation where a man has to, and or woman has to know their limitations. Like I have a friend of mine, sort of actually an acquaintance, but a Facebook friend and all that sort of. Her name is Betsy, and she was scared to death of flying or something like that. But anyway, she has set her sights on getting her pilot's license, and now like another license for piloting, and she just made it a life goal, and now she's doing it. Like who would have thunk, So like I just love that kind of story, So anyway, you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it, pretty much. Am I ever going to play, am I ever going to be 6 foot tall? No. So there's certain things you can't do, But anyway, all right, I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I'm sort of taking it a little bit easier today. I did about 4 or 5 pages of fiction, and I'm going to do a little bit more now and set up my article for tomorrow morning. So I have to go to a party tonight, so like I might be a little hungover tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao, ciao for now.